Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water toward the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely, keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahkanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, prayer that is edifying by the Spirit. And basically what you just seen in the picture right there was a Q-tip, right? And I wanted to go off into it's not a touchy subject, but it was just something that just was on my spirit, and it just kept festering in my spirit. And the Lord wanted me to do a lesson on this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't want to even touch on this subject, but we're men, you know what I'm saying, and basically it's a just a quick little video on properly cleaning your rod, so to speak, right? So I never heard of this before. I never, mentioned it to my parents. My parents never mentioned it to me as I was growing up. I never heard of uncle. No one say anything about anything that I'm about to go into. It was just something that I was doing. I've been doing it for decades now, and just a proper way of pretty much cleaning your rod. So I kind of Googled a hookup. And like I said again, I never Googled it. I never knew anything about it. It was just something that just made common sense to me because I just never knew. And now they have it right here. It says, I'm assuming this is if you're uncircumcised. But I'm talking about for, brothers that are circumcised. And sometimes what happen is you'll smell like this stench. Or, it's like a little part. It's like a little... You're fully circumcised, but let me explain it. I'm trying to explain it the proper way because I don't want to go off into no diagrams or pictures or no rods or nothing like that. But like I said again, we're men, man. You know what I'm saying? And this could help someone. I'm sure it's for someone. You know what I'm saying? Because this particular thing, it can cause disease because there could be bacteria, building up in that area. So I'm not sure how they do circumcisions, if it goes counterclockwise the way they cut, or if it goes clockwise the way that they cut. But there's a portion that's still there. It's like, it's small, you know what I'm saying? But it's like a little pinch, so to speak, right there. And sometimes you'll kind of feel it itch. And that's because it's dirt there, it's bacteria there. It's like a putty, like a almost like a paste. It's real nasty and it stink too. That's how you'll know what I'm talking about. If if you ever out, you balling, you at the gym, you just walking about and just regular part of your day, you go to work and that moisture, that build up. And also the main thing that I wanted to touch on is you having sex with your woman, especially if you're having sex with your woman and you're going into her raw. So what would be happening is there will be buildup of, excess semen, her bodily fluids that'll get within that track. It's a track. It's like a hole. And you wouldn't know it. I never knew it until, one time, it's been decades ago. And I'm like, well, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you'll kind of pinch it right there because it's got it'll have a little itch to it. And you smell your fingertips, like your index finger and your thumb, and you'll smell it like, damn, that shit stink. What the fuck is that? So I tried to clean it one time with a Q-tip because I knew that wasn't, it was just like, that's not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? And after lathering up in the water, the Q-tip tip, it just kind of, the size of a Q-tip is just like, it's really, really thin. That stem on the Q-tip, that's about the size of that track. It's like a little tunnel that goes from the top part to the bottom where they cut from. It's a hole through there. It's like a really small, almost, not to say, it's a little bit bigger than a pen size. I would have to say maybe it's the size of pretty much that Q-tip. And if you lather up and you just apply a little pressure, that Q-tip will go all the way through there and push all the stuff out. Literally. And like you just kind of like go back and forth with a gentle soap. Or you could just do it with, water or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, because a lot of men, people are sensitive to certain types of soaps, you know what I'm saying? But trust me when I tell you that's something that you will want to do, because there's a lot of buildup, and that shit is nasty. I'm telling you, if you can sit in the tub and soak 3, 4, 5 hours. I don't give a shit. That's not going nowhere. You got to really get in there and get that out. Seriously. You can lather up. You can shower 3 times a day, 4 times a day. I don't give a shit how much you do it. That shit is still going to be in there, because it's almost like a catch spot. It's almost like, you just have certain parts in your body that'll just, there is places where, the body just don't breathe like that. Like, say for instance, like behind your ears, or like how your arms are down all day, and then eventually, your deodorant wears off, and you kind of, feel, all right, yeah, it's time to get in the shower. It's time to get in the tub. That kind of moisture that can build up, and especially from sweat. You see what I'm saying? So if you're sweating, you walk, and in captivity, this captivity that we're in, we're wearing all kinds of mixed fabrics and boxers and fucking briefs and just having on the pants, you sweating, whatever the case may be. That shit builds up, man. So I just wanted to just touch on that for a quick second. Like I said, I didn't want to go into it because I can't say it's embarrassing. I mean, it's just something that, it's a manly thing. But on the tip of you being with your woman, and y'all having sex, the scripture talks about how you after having sex, you should be getting up, washing up, changing the sheets, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a quick little, I'm not giving medical advice or anything like that. But like I said, I never heard of it before. Nobody ever explained that to me. It was just, I came across it by happenstance, so to speak. Or it was the Lord, actually, that, but I've been doing it for decades, and I never mentioned it to nobody. This is the first that I'm ever mentioning of it. And the only other person that would know is, a woman I was dealing with one time. And, we was in the shower together, so to speak, after having, sex or whatever. And she was like, what's the Q-tip for? And she seen me put it in there and push it through. She was like, oh, shit. It kind of shook her. She was kind of shocked. Yeah, I had the same reaction when I first done it, because I didn't know that was like a little tunnel that's going through there. It is. You can't see it really like from the naked eye aspect of it. But once you lather up and you got a little Q-tip and you just, apply a little pressure, you push it, and it's going to be shit in there, man. Like, for real. Nasty stuff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it, build up of maybe years or over, that shit. Like I said, it's got a real nasty stench to it. And I actually seen it when I Googled it. I didn't know what it was called. You know what I'm saying? So, let me see here. I think it's called Smegma or some shit. This is the first I've ever seen of it. So I typed in how to properly clean the penis or rod or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they're basically telling you, the process of, if you are, from what I'm seeing here, if you've never been circumcised before. So, yep, it's right here. It says, how do you get rid of smegma? And for pronouncing that right, it says, what is the white stuff under my foreskin? And that's pretty much what that is. But like I said, if you're circumcised, it's not going to be like that. But it's a little part from where they start that cut at to the end of that cut. That's a little small track through there. That's a little small tunnel, and that white stuff, it builds up within that track. So you will have to clean that. So let's go into this. It says, and it actually builds up in women as well. It says, wash your Pennsylvania or your Virginia area with warm water once a day. Men who still have their foreskin should gently clean underneath it. You don't need to use soap, but if you do, use a gentle one to not irritate the sensitive skin on your genitals. Don't scrub, use harsh cleaners, or apply soap more than once a day. Okay, they have a question. So people have been asking this question. Matter of fact, they have this one right here. Why does smegma smell so bad? It says, when too much smegma builds up because you sweat a lot, or don't wash your penis regularly, it can create smelly white chunks that can cause bacteria to grow. If left untreated, your penis can become inflamed or infected. See that? And I just never knew that. I'm just Googling this for the first time, and, like I said, I've been doing this for decades. It just dawned on me one day to just, shit, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Let me try and, kind of prick it out, with a little Q-tip or whatever, and soap it up and clean it in there, because that shit stink. And then it just so happened the damn Q-tip slid all the way through. And it pushed shit out. And you know, as you pulling it back up, it'll drag shit out of you. And you feel a lot fresher. You feel a lot cleaner. Because like I said, it's kind of like, it's like a little itch, like a little ting. You like, shit, damn, my whole bitch, you know, this bitch ain't give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not talking about, you know, your urinary tract hole. Don't get to, you know, swabbing up in there like Esau, swab your ass if you know, you're going to be checked for a damn disease. I'm not talking about that. It's just above the, you know, the brim right there, you know, where the cut is at. You'll see, you know what I'm talking. You damn men, you know what I'm saying. You should know the area I'm talking about. Shit. Okay, but but anyway, you know, of course, you know, we were circumcised on the 8th day. There's benefits in the going up into why you should be circumcised, but there are grown ass men that's running around that's not. You know? So, I mean, I can't imagine getting no circumcision as an adult. That's for damn sure. That's got to be a very painful thing. You know, once, you know, our forefathers, you know, killed off pretty much a damn community or city of people, you know, when, you know, our our foremother Dinah, you know, one of the heathen, you know, kind of got at her. And, you know, they kind of had this contract where you can marry her if all y'all get circumcised. And that the pain that those men were in, they couldn't fight back. They just got slaughtered, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a painful situation. So it's better to have it, you know, as a child, you know, or as a newborn, so to speak, on that 8th day. But, you know, like I said again, you know, there's a cleanliness thing that goes off into, you know, having sex. You're supposed to, you know, you got to get up and wash up. And like I said, even if you washing up after having sex like that, that shit is in that track. Trust me. That's the reason why, you know, that question is asking, well, you know, it's saying, why does it smell so bad? Because it's a buildup in there. They have, see, oh, this is a good question right here too. Why do I have smegma if I wash daily? It says smegma is a normal and natural bodily occurrence. Smegma develops after your oil glands naturally produce skin oil, which is then combined with dead skin cells and moisture. So imagine that to go along with you having sex with somebody. Their bodily fluids is there. Your bodily fluids are there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, when you really think about it, it's kind of disgusting. But, you know, I just wanted to touch on that for a hot second, man. It's got to be for somebody, because I'm telling you, I did not want to do this video. I did not want to, the fleshly wise, carnally, I didn't want to, because I'm like, man, I ain't, you know, Lord, I'm not trying to talk to nobody about how to wash up, man. You know, but, you know, this truth is real. And on a more serious note, we learn everything from the scriptures, man. I don't care what's going on with you in life. It can be broken down biblically. It can be, you know, because the Lord touched on every subject that you can imagine. And that's what we have to be willing to do, being in this truth. We can't just shy away from stuff because we're, you know, feeling uncomfortable about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just, we can't do that. You know, we got to do this work, because this could be, you know, say if I didn't do this lesson and somebody could really, you know, get fucked up from this, because that bacteria, that shit is disgusting. It's nasty. And I know that, you know, I'm pretty certain, just me speaking as a man, some shit can be passed along if you're having sex with somebody and that shit is within your, you know, that little crevice right there. Cause it's like a little hideaway. It's like a little peep away. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just never knew. So I'm passing on that knowledge of my experience of just being on the earth. Cause this was way decades before I came into this truth. So this is not like something that I learned from the truth, but I know that it's something that the Lord showed me at the time, and I've been doing it for decades, and I've never mentioned this to nobody else. And, you know, like I said, you're going to notice that you're going to feel fresher, you're going to feel cleaner, and it's going to get rid of that because it causes irritation. It do. I'm telling you now, you know, that's how I experience. I'm like, you know, let me Q-tip this shit. Let me do something. You know, I tried it and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, shit. Kind of shook me. I was scared as shit. Like, did I puncture something? No, but it's a little tube. It's basically like a little bitty tunnel through there. And that Q-tip, if you lather up pretty decent, or just water in general. You know, apply a little pressure. That Q-tip will slide right around through there, and you slide it back and forth a few times. It's gonna clean out your hookup. Then normally I would have 2 Q-tips to do it with, or you know, you use one end of the Q-tip to kind of clean, and then you use the other end of the Q-tip to kind of give it a rinse, so to speak. And then hey, you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be fresh to death, man. So, hey, like I said again, it was something that I didn't want to go into, you know, but hey, by the Spirit, I'm going into it, and I pray that it was helpful to somebody. So with that, Kwame Yashala.